We were living in Holbeck, and we had a lot of smoke and soot and everything else. We lived near a railway, so we had shunting yards, and of course there were a lot of factories there. And so the doctor said to my father, because he had a lot of bronchitis each year, would you like to go and live in Middleton? And of course he said yes, and the doctor said, well, you'll feel much better. And when we came up to Middleton, it was marvellous, considering what it had been before, because he had a lot of pneumonia and bronchitis.
Well, we were born actually in Hunslet, and with it being a smoky area down there, as it was in those days, our health was suffering. So when we were 2, the doctor advised that we get up to Middleton where the air was clear.
As a child you don't notice the health benefits, and it's only later on that you realise that it is a healthy place to live, but it's very windy. If you don't like wind, you won't like Middleton.
We used to have the welfare clinic. We used to have 1, 2, 3 doctors up here.
My mother paid what they call Lloyd George. That was about £0.50 a week, and it covered all of us, but I think you bought the medicine separate. And then when the National Health come in, that was absolutely wonderful, wasn't it? Because everything were catered for, wasn't it?
We used to go to Dr. Pinkerton, and you just went and waited your turn. You know, there were no appointments, and no big surgeries with loads of doctors.
It was first come, first served each morning in the surgery. So there would be a room full of people in various stages of illness and carers, and you just sat on benches, and every time someone went in you shuffled up until you got to the front of the queue and were seen. So it was quite a long process.
I was born in my parents' house, of course, yes, and delivered by the midwife, which was Sister Lake, and there were 2 midwives in Middleton, and my dad had to go round on his bicycle to find her so she could come and deliver me.
I remember the school nurse who lived in what was the baby's welcome, the old clinic, Nurse Brown. We used to call her Knitting Aura, because in those days they looked in your head for lice.
Mr. Richardson, who used to live next door when we were younger, when we were in Middleton Park Square, he worked down Main, and he had to come out because he got dermatitis on his hands.
I can remember as a child being fed some horrible stuff out of a wide-necked jar, molten, some cod liver oil. So I remember having to have that. Then later on I had some sort of vitamin C, rosehip syrup, horrible stuff.